Hello there, a long time no see. It has in fact been 1 month since my last video. So, what on earth is going on? And perhaps more importantly, what are my plans for the future of this channel? Now, I don't have this video, I haven't made a script or anything. I do have some bullet points, but it will probably be quite a lot of rambling on my part. So let me start with a quick TLDR. I'm not shutting down my channel or anything. I will still be making videos, but I do need to make some changes in the types of videos and how I make my videos and the frequency of videos and so on. So there will be some changes going forward. Now, before going into that, let me quickly talk about where I've been the last month and really what's been happening the last, year or two that's been kind of leading up to this point. So, where have I been? Well, I haven't really been anywhere. I have been a bit busy at work, but nothing too crazy, nothing that would have prevented me from making videos. But couple that with the fact that, well, for quite some time now, I have been slowly losing interest in at least certain aspects of the games. Probably doesn't come as a surprise, but for some time I've slowly been losing interest. And I think if you want to put a time frame on it, I think the last year or so, since the introduction of 10 plus buildings in each event, it has been kind of more and more overwhelming. Events or I suppose the rewards from events feel less and less interesting. It feels like there will always be things, new things to get in the next event, and that was kind of the final drop from my perspective in making me want to actually play events. So for the last year or so, I haven't really been playing events on my worlds. I don't really do much else. So to be honest, for the last year or so, I haven't really been playing a lot on my main world. I still play a bit on beta. I'll get back to that in a moment. But yeah, I've been slowly losing interest in the game. And now combine that with the fact that I am a bit more busy than usual and at work. And also the fact that I'm quite lucky in that I really enjoy what I do for work. So I often spend a bit of time in the evening working if I want to, and I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. And with all of that and the fact that I enjoy what I do, I like to think about what I do at work and so on. I often, at least recently, when I get back from work, I haven't really felt like sitting down and kind of going to my second work. It's a hobby. It's always been a hobby, but more and more it has felt kind of like a job making some parts of the contents that I make. So I guess that is a good point to lead into the main change I see going forward, and that is in regards to my guides. They take quite a lot of time to make, and quite frankly, recently, for some time, but especially recently, it has felt kind of more like almost like a chore, I suppose, or at least I've felt obligated to make the guides instead of me wanting to make the guides, which I don't know, to me it sounds a bit weird, because making the guides is something that I've enjoyed for a long time. I really enjoy all the theory crafting, testing stuff, explaining stuff, but recently, I guess, as I've lost kind of interest in the events myself, making these guides and videos have become more and more of a chore or something that I feel obligated to do rather than something that I want to do. So, unfortunately, I have decided that going forward, I will not be making guides for every event or new feature that is added. Now, I'm not saying that I will not make any guides. I probably will, but it will be when I feel like it or when I want to, instead of for every single event going forward. And when I do make guides, it might be of a different form. So perhaps instead of making a full guide for an event, I might focus on a specific aspect of the event, for example, tips and tricks on the minigame, for example. Because what I don't want to do, and something that has become, or that is becoming and will be more difficult if I don't actively play and focus as much on the events, I will not be able to test what all that I want to test. My guides will become less and less accurate, and that's something that I really don't want. And that's part of the reason why the guides take some time to make. I don't want them to be inaccurate, and I think I have quite a good track record on not providing inaccurate or false strategies and so on. And that's something that I don't feel quite comfortable that I would be able to do if I don't spend the time. And at the moment, I don't really enjoy spending all that time on it. So I suppose that is the reason why I'm deciding to step back a little bit when it comes to the actual guides. Now again, I'm not saying I will never make any guides. For certain events, I probably will still do so. There are some events I enjoy much more than others. Take, for example, the St. Patrick's Day event. If you look at my most popular videos, we'll see that there are a lot of St. Patrick's Day event stuff here. And only a couple of weeks ago, my very first video to reach 100,000 views was last year's St. Patrick's Day Town 1 tutorial. So thank you a lot for all the views on that. But putting aside that, personally, the St. Patrick's Day event has been, I think it is my favorite event, but it's been, let's put it this way, it's been the most meaningful event to me personally. The first St. Patrick's Day event, you might not remember, or perhaps you don't know, but I made a spreadsheet that I'm still very happy about. It's the same one that I've been building on each year. And because of that, and because of the videos I made there, that was what brought me above 1,000 subscribers back in early 2021. It allowed me to monetize my videos and so on. And then every year beyond that, if you look at my analytics, every February or March or whatever, there's a big spike for the St. Patrick's Day event. So personally, I enjoy the event and it's been really meaningful to me. So I can't see me not making stuff for it next year. I really want to make an updated town walkthroughs or updated town walkthroughs like I did, like I've done a couple of years now. So that's something that I still enjoy doing and probably will still continue to do. But things like the summer event, for example, where, to be honest, there's not really a lot to talk about. The event is quite simple, but I still wouldn't feel comfortable making a guide when I haven't really been able to, or I have been able to, but I haven't really felt like or wanted to test a lot of stuff in regards to it. So for the summer event, for example, I will probably not make any guides. And then going forward, it'll be on an event to event basis on if I want to make a guide or not. Now I will let you know. I will probably make a community post. I'll probably talk about it in my Discord channel. But luckily, there are some other great YouTube creators that have wonderful guides. UberNerd, for example, has been making wonderful guides now for quite some time, a year or two, I think, at this point. And that's another reason why I feel comfortable kind of stepping back a bit from making guides, or at least as detailed guides, because we do have other people like him, like Linen, for example, in Germany, that make, well, I would say much better produced videos. If perhaps not as detailed, but still very good strategies and so on. So you can definitely still use those. Anyways, I guess that, well, that's kind of the negative side. Let me talk a little bit about, I suppose, the positive sides, or what I still want to do going forward. So the part of the game that I do still quite enjoy is the beta server. I still like looking at new events. I still like checking out new things, new eras, new features and so on the beta server. So I will still be doing my first impressions videos. And I will be honest. Another reason why I enjoy making these first impressions videos is that they are a lot easier to make. They don't, and because of that, they don't feel as something I'm obligated to do. It's something that I actually want to do. I enjoy making them. So I will still be making them, but even if they're less work for me and all of that, I do still hope that people find them interesting or at least informative. Gives you an overview of the event as it appears on beta. So hopefully you'll still find value in it. But I definitely understand that it will be of less value than guides and so on. What I also want to get a little bit more back to is doing beta recaps. It's been a while since I've done any of those really. I do want to get back into that. Part of the reason why I haven't done as many of those recently is kind of this feeling of I guess obligation of having to do guides, and because of that I haven't really felt like doing or keeping up on the spoilers when if I am quote unquote working on stuff for the channel, it should be focused on the guides, and because of that the spoiler stuff has kind of been sliding away into, well, I haven't really been doing a lot of it lately. And that's another reason again why I'm going to slow down when it comes to guides, to allow me to focus more on the stuff that I actually personally enjoy. Because after all, this is a hobby. I'm doing this because I like it, and if I don't like it, well, there has to be some change. Another thing that I do want to focus a bit more on is tools. Now, you might not know this. I've probably said it in a live stream or two, but I am a software developer. Probably not quite what you imagine when you think software developer, but I don't really want to talk more about that. Anyways, I'm a software developer. I enjoy making things, and that's really how all of this started. Back in 2020, when well, a lot of people didn't have much to do in spring and summer, I made the event set builder, which actually preceded the channel. The reason I made my channel was to showcase the event set builder. So that's how all of this started, and then over the course of time I've made some other tools. My St. Patrick's Day spreadsheet, for example. Most recently, I'm really happy with the sortable building table. However, it's not perfect. It's been slowly going, I guess, more and more out of date. There are a lot of boosts that are not available and so on. And also, I have to personally update it every time there are new buildings added to the game. So for some time now, I have wanted to kind of rebuild the sortable table, redo it in a way where it's easier to update it. Another tool that you might not be aware of that I've made is the asset search, which is, well, a quick thing I made where you can search for assets. Say, for example, you want to check out Titan buildings, or let's say the Summer 23, I think that's, yeah, Summer 23 buildings. So you can check it out, search for it there, and you'll find all sorts of assets. The reason I'm bringing this up is that to update this, or you are able to update this if I haven't updated it. The way it works is that it checks or uses the cache file, which has a list of all the links to all the assets. So what you can do is that you can go into game, go into the developer tools, copy the link to that asset or to that cache file, paste it here, update, and it will update to the latest cache file with the latest links to all the images. So this one, for example, is a couple of months old, but you yourself can update it if I haven't done so. And something similar, I'm not sure how, but that's kind of what I want with the sortable building table as well. So that if I haven't updated it, you are at least able to do so. That combined with some other stuff that I want to do. I don't really want to go into details now, but I want to focus a little bit more on making stuff. That's what I started out doing. That's something I really enjoy doing. That's why I enjoy my work. I'm making stuff that actually does things. Not saying that the guides aren't helpful and all, and it's been great to make them, but I don't know. There's something else about having kind of an end project that people can use instead of just a guide that people can follow. So I want to move perhaps a bit more back to doing things like this, making stuff that, making tools, making things like that people can actually use. Now as for frequency of uploads, I don't know. I don't know if it will change. If anything, it might. I might actually make more videos. Not saying I will, but I might. And I guess the reason is that by kind of slowing down on the amount of guides I make, I will have more time for other types of contents that are easier to make, more fun, or more interesting for me to make. And things that, again, don't feel like something that I'm obligated to do. Something that I actually want to do instead of something that I'm obligated to do. But again, there might be periods like the last month where I don't make anything or make fewer videos, but it will be less regular than it has been the last couple of years. And because of all of that, one final point that I will touch on is that I've decided to close down my Patreon account, or close down the Patreon at least. I'm not exactly sure how I will do it. For now, I have paused everything, so you can't sign up and all of that. I'll figure out the best way to do it, but yeah, I'm going to shut that down because I guess another reason why I have felt obligated to make the guides is because of people supporting me on Patreon. Now, I want to say right there, I really appreciate all the support. It's been, I'm really grateful, and I'm not in any way blaming yours. That's not what I want this to sound like. I'm probably not explaining it well, but in my mind, if I have people that support me on Patreon, I feel like it has added to the feeling of being obligated to make videos, which again is something that going forward I do want to move away from. I want to make videos when I want to make videos. I want to make videos that I enjoy making, not just videos that I feel like I have to make for one reason or another. So again, I really appreciate all the support over the years. But I think it's time to close it down. If you do still want to support me, I will still have my tip link in the description. But if you do want to support me that way, I want you to be knowing that going forward, there will be some changes to the types of content that I make. Now, going forward, I think at the end of each video, to kind of to continue to thank all of you who have supported me, I probably will end all videos going forward with a list of those who have supported me over these last couple of years. Because yeah, I truly am grateful for all the support. Okay, I think that is more or less what I want to say. Perhaps not what you want to hear, but it is what it is. And hopefully this will lead to some, if not, so hopefully it'll lead to better videos, perhaps not as helpful of videos, or perhaps not as important or useful for people, but in any case, stuff that I enjoy doing more, and hopefully you will also still enjoy the videos that I do still make. Okay, let me know if you have any questions or thoughts in the description or in the comments. I will try to answer as best as I can. I guess just a quick point. If you have been following my Polynesia Settlement, you might have noticed that it kind of stopped in the middle. Let me just briefly explain that. First of all, when I recorded the last week or so, I was on vacation. I made the last video I uploaded on vacation. And when I got back, I got right back into work, had a bit of a busy time, and it kind of just slipped on my mind. For some reason, I thought that I had completed it, that I had made all the videos that I or that I had made all the videos on the settlement. But in fact, there is one video that I haven't edited yet, which is the last. I think it's 3 days. So day 8, 9, and 10. That video will come. I had planned to do it last week, but I didn't have the footage. Don't worry, I have the footage now that I recorded back then. So hopefully this, tomorrow I suppose, I will finally release the last episode of the Polynesia Settlement playthrough. But yeah, after that, we'll see what I decide to do, what I end up doing going forward. But my next video will probably be first impressions for the next event on the beta server. The summer event has just ended on beta, so who knows, a week or two and we get a new event there most likely. And perhaps I'll do a catch up on spoilers and all that, but we'll see. I'm not quite sure what my next video is after the Polynesia Settlement. So with that, I will end this video. Again, I want to thank all of you for your support over all of these years. I want to thank you for watching, and I will see you in the future. Bye, and thank you.